I feel like I've been getting inshallah to death lately.
By whom?
By whom? Who are you? With you? What? Who you think you is?
What?
By whom? Pulling out the extra M on the who.
Yeah, you know.
No. Lately I've been getting inshallah to death. It's like every other sentence somebody saying inshallah, and I'm like, dang. I've set a quota in conversations where it's like you can only get me 2 inshallah for a conversation.
It's funny because like the inshallahs at first were like an old head thing. You know what I mean? But not us. That is passed down to like the younger teens and young adults, young Muslim adults. You know, we saying with everything.
Yeah, we used to be like wallahi. You remember that?
Yeah, I slow that down.
Say wallahi.
Down for.
Yeah, more.
I don't like saying wallahi anymore. To be honest with you, it's like there's no reason. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. You feel me? So
I know you sneaky dude. You a sneaky dude.
Like so they're like, yeah, you know, I'm 5 minutes away. So wallahi. Come on, just step down, man. Oh God.
See, so what's funny is that like since I've been up here, I realized a lot of people say things in Arabic, like wallahi or inshallah, but like where I'm from, we just say it in English. We're like, yeah, you know, God willing, or like they were like, yo, for real, on God, I swear, on God. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just funny. It's like it's just the difference being up here and then interacting with all these different people.
And y'all both lying.
I'll be there at 10 o'clock, inshallah. You know when somebody throw that inshallah, that means they ain't coming.
Especially when how that look like.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, man.
You know who you are out there, habitual inshallahs.
Inshallah heads out there. Change up that tone.
Oh man, but dude, we had an amazing weekend this weekend. There's been a lot of recent, well, I guess I'm referring to the audience now. There's been a lot of recent events that we definitely want to hit on, and there's been a topic that we've been kind of dodging, mainly not because we've been purposely dodging, but we've
other pressing things came up.
Yeah, exactly, more important things, but it definitely needs to be addressed. So with that, we're gonna start.
Let's kick this thing off, baby.
Give me the countdown, Mo.
3, 2, 1, go.
Spanish? Really? You gonna start with Spanish this week? Come on.
Italian?
Yeah, let's try Italian.
I can. All right.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jibreel Salam.
Mohamed Hassan.
And you listen to the Young and Muslim Podcast.
As-Salaam Alaikum, everybody.
Hope all you guys are doing extremely well, having a great midpoint to your week. We're here to greet you early in the morning, Wednesday morning.
Hump day.
Yeah. Nice. So there's a lot of things that happened over the weekend, and alhamdulillah, goodness gracious,
all praises.
Things have been extremely good. 2 things. Saturday, we ended up going to a TEDx talk, which was really dope. That was my first time going to a TEDx talk.
Out in Foggy Bottom.
Shout
out G-Dub.
Yeah, that was really dope because like you always see TEDx talks on YouTube,
right?
But it was pretty dope because like finally I was going to one, and we were going there to see somebody that we kind of knew but didn't really know.
Yeah, we knew through affiliation of an affiliator.
We knew them through Instagram. Yeah. Instagram is a beautiful thing, man.
It is, right? That's what I'm saying.
What's dope about Instagram is you can feel like you know somebody without actually really knowing them. But once you shoot them a DM and you start kind of like, you start getting the vibes, it's like, I bet I feel like we're getting to know each other. Yeah. And then you meet in person and you're like, yo, the vibes are right.
And you have something to talk about, you know? But still, if you're a weird person, just an awkward person, just DM's not going to really save you when you meet that person. But even like a DM is almost like a, you know, get like a postcard, just writing somebody like a note or like a letter. You know what
exactly. I mean? It's not creepy.
No, but they can still feel it though. You know, there's some people that do DMs just like, yo, bro, like, I definitely don't want to meet you in person.
Thankfully, we haven't had that up to this point. Shout out to all the people that have been sliding into our DMs because it's been pretty dope talking to all the new listeners and followers, and we really appreciate it. So keep sliding up in them.
Gracias.
So yeah, this weekend we went to a TEDx talk. It was pretty early up in DC. We went and saw Brother Alaku. We were invited by his brother Swizzy, who is a shout out to my Somali brothers and sisters out there.
Right.
Y'all the best. We got invited to the TEDx talk, which was not being put on by his brother, but his brother was one of the speakers. His brother, who is a great poet, a very well-known poet, especially on the East Coast, but I feel like people just know him in pockets around the States. He was talking about reacting. What was it? Reactions, right?
Reactions.
Yeah, reactions, and him loving a country that he's never been to, or AKA loving a woman that he's never met.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was really, really dope. If you've ever been to a TEDx talk, maybe they do this for all the speakers, but they did for these, where they had the lady on the side and she was kind of like drawing as they were talking. That. Yeah, bro, that was freaking nuts.
She was talented.
Yeah.
And they kept it after that. Yeah. They kept it. I think the presenter was
yeah. He took a picture with it. It was pretty dope. Yeah. It was really dope. Yeah, man. What'd you think about the talk?
You talking about his portion of the whole thing?
His portion.
His thing, it was actually really good. It was a lot shorter than I thought, but I mean, I guess poems really aren't that long, especially if you're given the audio version of it. But he did a great job with the presentation. I mean, he had the audience engaged.
Yeah, he really did.
And they were sticking to every single word that he put out there, which was awesome. I liked it because there were some things that I could relate to in regards to just loving a country that you've never been to. For me, even though I was born in Egypt, came here when I was 2 years old, and then I didn't go again for like another 15 years. So it's like,
bro, it was that long between you going?
Yeah, because I didn't have no papers. Just my paperwork wasn't there. So
dang.
I went. Yeah, I was worried. Like,
dang. So you went to Egypt basically right before we met, or right after we met?
No, but right before. Because the first time I went to Egypt, I was like 15, 16.
Yeah, so it's only there's only 13 years. You said 17.
I said 17.
You said 17.
Man, it's late.
It's late. Yeah, man, we both going crazy.
But Egyptians hype stuff. Shout out to the audience. Y'all know we are the best salespeople out there.
Yo, Egyptians are some sneaky people. Y'all are sneaky people.
But yeah, I loved it because I did love a country that I've never been to because just of the stories of our heritage and what people say, and I still had that connection with this. Like I would die for my country that I've never even been there. So I thought that was awesome that he could relate to that because a lot of people in the audience could. And he's like, hey, look, America is what I know. I'm from D.C. I'm a Washingtonian, if that's even a word. You know what I mean? Like, welcome to D.C. So that's what he was harping on. And the audience could relate to like, oh, wow, I'm from D.C. too. Whether you were white, black, Hispanic, whatever it was. And the best thing I loved was that his family came out and supported him, and
they came out
mashallah, had the whole Somali community out there, bro. Shout out, I love that, bro.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that he had so much support. You know what I'm saying?
I saw you tear up.
Yeah, what? Mashallah, it was just so beautiful. But no, like that was really cool, man. And I could relate in the sense that like I have this longing affinity for Africa, but I've never actually been. I've only seen it on TV. You know what I'm saying? I've only met friends that have come from there and they've told me stories.
Yeah.
So like where you have a specific country, it's like it's a people in its entirety in the entire continent that like I've never been able to experience. So it was like it was different for me, but it was dope because it was like, man, I'm getting a glimpse into how he sees it as someone who actually is second or first generation American, second generation immigrant.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was pretty dope to kind of get that perspective from him. But what was the coolest part was like afterwards, just hanging out with all of them and, vibing with them. Swizzy, amazing host, man. Like he didn't make us feel uncomfortable, he kept us, like around his crew and like we all just vibe, man. It was all good vibes. And we talked about like Nipsey and we talked about just like being black and Muslim and like the trends of like beard growing and stuff like that. It was dog, we talked about a lot of things and it was really dope, man. Inshallah, like we'd be able to like sit down with him and talk a little bit more. But it was overall like Saturday was just like a really dope day. The TEDx talk really kind of set the tone for the entire weekend. Not
only that, like one thing that I loved is that when he start off his talk, he said he was a Muslim Somalian American, you know? And then I love the first word that he said was, after his name, was that he was Muslim, And the best thing about it was that kind of deflated the audience away in a positive manner, kind of brought down that wall that like, hey, like this is a Muslim up here speaking about positivity, about love, about his country. Because what did he say, bro? Jibreel, he said, when people think about Somalia, they think about a war-torn country.
Yeah.
And he said, and I don't want to hear your impersonation of I am the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
We all just died.
Yeah, that was funny. He did throw like a nice little joke in there.
He had to, because that is just the notion that is on Somalians. They're pirates. They're evil individuals. They're starving from famine and everything like that. That's not the case.
I just think they all look alike.
Blanky.
Shout out to my Somalis though. I love y'all. Real talk. I love y'all.
So I love that fact, because he hit him hard. You know what I mean? He gave him those like slight jabs in there, kind of proved that his country is beautiful. And we kind of continued that conversation when we had lunch with Swizzy, because he opened up my mind and he said something. I was like, wow, because I told him about my struggle, and my struggle when I came here was financial, just because we didn't have any means when we came here. And it was like a lot of our family members, they had prestigious jobs and they came here and was working regular jobs with hot dogs, McDonald's, Burger King, which those jobs are okay, but it's different from between like being a doctor and lawyer. But anyway, he said Somalians, when they were in their country, they were used to being soldiers, Yeah,
because everybody, women and men, both had to go through all the training.
Women at a young age were going through training, and so were young men. So when those, individuals were living their country for about, say 15, 16, 17 years, and they came here, they were still in that survival mode, And I didn't think about that. I was like, oh snap, that's a lot of PTSD. That's a lot of triggers that can come, because you see a lot of survival mode tactics or like survival mode situations here in America. It's no different, it looks different, So I was like,
it's funny, because it's kind of like we were saying, in the last episode about how, in America we kind of stigmatize gang culture, right? And we kind of look at gangs in a very negative way, but when we look at gangs in Africa, it's really tribes. You know what I'm saying? So that's when he said that, that's kind of what I thought about, what came up first. But no, it was definitely a really beautiful talk, man. And I think anybody listening came away learning a little bit more about just the experience of someone who is born in this country, but their origin is elsewhere. Yeah. I think that's really dope, man, because you don't often hear that sort of experience. So, what else happened on Saturday? We walked around DC and, they were giving out free Red Bulls and Monsters. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, shout out to the Red Bull guy and Monster guy. Had a lot of competition against each other.
Yeah, right.
I wonder who won.
We're like, yo, the Red Bull trades, man, forget Red Bull.
Yeah, this Monster. I ain't gonna lie, the Monster was horrible though.
Yeah,
so.
that cotton candy Monster. Don't drink cotton candy Monster. Matter of fact, don't drink energy drinks in general, guys. They're horrible for you.
We're not promoting that.
Yeah,
drink water.
What you need is water.
What else happened that day?
So this episode is gonna be pretty light. Yes. Not really. Why am I lying? We're gonna just do what we do. How it is. Just do what we do.
We also met Brother Fawad.
Oh yeah, Fawad, my man.
Shout out the homegrown immigrant.
Yeah, we met him. That was pretty dope. So back to Instagram, man. What's really dope about Instagram as a platform is that you can literally meet anybody and have no sort of reputation with them, no sort of idea of who they are, but like just through medial exchanges, from watching each other's stories and reading each other's articles, looking at each other's content, things like that, you start to get a better sense of who these people are, right? And Fawad, really cool dude, man. And just reading through his articles, you learn a lot about him, but like when you actually meet him, just a real chill, down to earth individual, you know what I'm saying? And like you can see that reflected in his actual art. So it was really dope to get to meet all three of them, because it was our first time meeting Swizzy, Alaikum, and Alaku. Sorry, man. And Homegrown. So that was really, really dope.
I think the best thing about it was that when we saw each other, automatically it was just love. He's like, yo, brothers, mashallah. Finally make it to me, Yeah. It was like one of those things where it's like you've been, kind of holding somebody down or just falling over somebody for so long, then you finally meet him. But in reality, how long has it been since we connected with him? Like, is it a month maybe?
No, it's been... Yeah, month and a half. Yeah, it's like February time.
And when you finally meet somebody that's been supporting you and you've been supporting them, it feels so good, because like, yo, bro, we appreciate everything that you've done, and vice versa. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, how do you find time to put out? Like, I love hearing how other creatives put out their art. what it takes, more about their dynamic, more about their family life, more about the sacrifices they give up, because it makes us feel normal.
That is true.
It's just like, man,
that
okay,
is true.
like, yeah, you know how it feels, because we can relate to that. A lot of people can't.
Yeah, man, and everybody's process is a little bit different. So Saturday was really about meeting other people that were kind of in the same boat as us, and feeling their energy and really exchanging ideas. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's philosophical ideas, religious ideas, or even just like communal ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like how we kind of progress in our community. So Saturday was dope. Hands down. Sunday though.
Ooh-wee. Sunday was.
God, do not do that again. Oh my God.
Come on, bro.
Sound like you really need some water.
Where's the hype
dry
man
as hell.
Hey, chill out. I'll say my hats.
You lead off Sunday, man. What happened Sunday, bro?
Man, Sunday, I think we hit it on the last episode. We had our first speaking engagement with MIST. That is the Muslim Interscholastic Tournament. It happens once a year, and it was different MSAs all across the DMV area that came together. And
DMV stands for DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yes, thank you, Jibreel, for breaking that down. And they all met up to compete, and those competitions included spoken words, poetry, I think also music, business lessons. It was business 101. I think you had to present you different ideas. What else was there? I think I had a whole bunch of different activities, social events, pizza parties. I mean, overall, mashallah, it was just lit.
It was like a Muslim weekend all-inclusive camp. Like it was really dope. It was really dope.
And these kids, mashallah, they would have to get to Maryland at 7 a.m, and they wouldn't finish till 10 p.m.
Yeah, a lot of them weren't leaving till like 11.
And this was Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And they brought us in on the tail end of the conference.
They brought us on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. Sunday morning at 8 o'clock.
They brought us in at Sunday morning at 8 o'clock.
Those kids were looking at us on the stage like, bruh.
Our job was to keep those kids awake. And I remember when I was in high school, I was that kid sleeping. There was one brother in our talk, he was knocked the whole time. Jabril called him out, but he didn't know what was going on. He was like, hey, who you?
I was like, yeah, I'm happy a lot of y'all stayed awake, but my man's over here. And then he like moved. He like, and I was like, yo, wow.
Who you be? No, but overall, that was, so the format was almost like so we spoke from like what, 8 to like 9:45, was it? Or do we get, it got pushed back a little bit, so maybe like.
Yeah, we started speaking closer to like 8:30, and then we spoke, you, myself, Weiss. Shout out to Weiss. Shout out to Weiss because he's the one that actually got us in as one of the coordinators, along with Allah and Naeem.
Yes.
Shout Chit-Chai.
Shout out Big Mist.
Yeah, shout boy.
Out to organization.
So yeah, it was set up with all three of us on stage, and Weiss like start interviewing us, which I thought was hilarious because it was supposed to be like inclusive of all of us.
Yeah, he took himself out of the equation quick.
Yeah, we like, who are you guys? I was like, whoa, who are you? Like, it was cool because the setup was us three kind of talking about our experiences, starting from our youth to us meeting one another to the origin of the podcast. If you guys don't know the origin of the podcast by now, long story short, man, college, here we are. And just like our experiences with Islamophobia, our experiences with self-help and growth and encouragement and
dealing with parents.
Yeah, and just like faith and all that, like everything that a young Muslim deals with on this journey. But what I thought was the dopest part, man, the absolute dopest part of the entire experience on Sunday was the questions, and being able to sit there and bond with these, mainly sisters, because like the brothers.
Big shout out to the Muslim sisters. Man.
Look, I put it like
so
this.
Engaged,
bro. They're fearless.
So passionate. They are fearless.
They're fearless. Like in the face of going up in front of hundreds of people and talking, those sisters, a lot of sisters were not scared. Not one brother asked a question. It's one brother. What's your boy's name?
Abdul Wahab.
Yeah, cool man, real cool dude.
Shout out.
So like,
I will coaching.
Aside from him, who was one of the coaches, like all the sisters asked questions. You feel me? So shout out to the sisters because y'all stay impressing.
Single file line. They got up and asked questions. Even in the crowd, one by one, boom, hands were just popping up. Boom, 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 boom. They were the ones that was most engaged. I was just like, man, they they outnumber us every single time. So we just got to support them. We can't bring them down.
Absolutely. But still, shout out to the brothers out there that are doing work. We saw my man from Young Muslims Grinding. That was pretty dope.
Boy.
Speaking of Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Like we only know him through Instagram.
I told you,
the music.
I was like, yo, bro, that's homie from Young Muslim Grinding. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, bro, trust me.
I know faces.
He was like, no, it's not. I'm like, all right. I was like, dude, he's playing the drum, like he's into music, and then we went up to.
I was like, it kind of does look like him.
We had to whisper. It's funny because you call people by the Instagram name. Hey, are you Young Muslim Grinding? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, we had to do it on the sneak. Like it on the sneak.
Oh man!
But no, that was really dope, man. The question was dope. I thought just watching all the kids chanting and like each school had a different chant. Did you go in the room when they did that?
Yeah, I did,
bro. That was wild,
wild, dog.
It was like drumline times 6. No, it was like Stump the Yard and drumline mashed together. It was
shout out
freaking
to Baltimore, man. Baltimore. I forgot what high school that was. They went
the one that were wearing the blue, black and blue,
black and baby blue, baby. They was in it.
Yeah, they were in there joint like a freaking college band, bro. Like A&T up in there, bro. It was craziness.
Oh, man, alhamdulillah, that was all love too, man. Like we didn't have any trouble, man. There was times where some kids were talking, but you know that makes sense because they were trying to prep. They were trying to prep for their exams too, whatever they had going on. But you know, another thing that I liked was that it was a good amount of people that were out there.
Yeah, it was a good amount of people.
There were some parents in the audience too.
Yeah. And
the parents, we were saying stuff, they were agreeing with it. They're like
speak, young boy, speak.
Man, I think one of the questions that they hit on that I thought was a really good question was college. That was a really good question. They're like, hey, look, like the brother asked it. My boy AB, shout out Cedar Ridge, that's where he grew up.
Because he knew what the answer was about to be.
He was like, what type of advice do you guys have for, or what type of practical reasoning do you guys have for parents that are about to send their kids off to college but just are worried, you know, of what's going to happen just because everything. And then, Jibreel, you remember your answer?
You got to trust them.
Yeah, that was
like you've raised them up to this point. You got to trust them. You know what? What we're going to do for all you young people is that we're going to do an episode that's dedicated just to parents. We realize that we have a lot of young people that are now on our radar. We want to do an episode that's for parents where it's like, yo, like listen to reason very, very quickly. You know, we'll come correct. You feel me? But no, like I think parents, all parents want what's best for their kids.
At the end of the day.
But sometimes they want what's best for their kids through their own lens. Because they can only understand what they understand, right? So it's difficult. I couldn't imagine being a parent today. You feel me? It'd be crazy.
What?
That's why I don't have any kids. Thank Allah.
It's funny.
You know, inshallah. But let me throw that inshallah on there real quick. I got one more left for the night. Yeah, so that was dope. And then after that, we watched the Liverpool game this weekend. Man. Liverpool versus Chelsea. I went to the bar and watched the game, Liverpool supporters bar. Mo, you were at the hospital, right?
No, I caught most of the game at the Mist, and then I went to the hospital.
For real? Dog, you watched it at Mist? Why didn't you tell me? I could have stayed and watched it. I'm not gonna lie, I did
Trust
not.
Me, you had a better time watching there. I watched on my laptop with the security officer. You're like, why are you screaming? I was like, Salah.
Gee, Mo, put it like this. It was 0-0 going into half. When Mane scored, it was literally like watching. It was like watching a balloon pop. It was like, boom! Everybody started going crazy. People hugged me. I didn't even know.
This was a big game,
bro. It was a very big game.
Some
was a big
might not know. They might think it's just a regular game. It was not a regular game.
And if you're not a soccer fan, skip like the next 2 minutes. And then when Salah scored, but what's significant is that Mane and Salah both scoring, both Muslim brothers. Like all this Muslimness going on in one weekend. It was freaking
on the
amazing.
Ground making sajda together. That was
Allahu Akbar.
There was a lot of Muslims.
Allahu Akbar. Oh man, bro! Like, and I'm in a bar shouting Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I'm in a bar filled with all different types of people just shouting it out. You feel me? Like, bro,
it was all getting the blessings in that.
Bro, it was amazing, son. It was when Salah scored, bro. I'm pretty sure I saw Beard shoot up and hit the roof. Like, hit the ceiling.
Muhammad
Salah.
Hey, baby. People might say he's back, but he's always been there.
Hey, you're
just working a different angle. You feel me?
Absolutely. So that was really dope. But then after that,
oh my goodness,
where did you go?
So after that,
because we split at this point.
We did. We split. Then after that, I ended up going to the hospital for my cousin Abdurrahman Hassan, another CRY, Cedar Ridge youngin'. He ain't so young now, but he had his first kid, mashallah. Shout out to baby Aya and his beautiful wife, Rose. Had a beautiful baby girl, mashallah. Filipino and Egyptian mix. Don't know how that's gonna come out, but that just sounds lovely, you know. That's a great mix. He's gonna be able to both do karate and play soccer. Good with the feet.
Yo, you're the most racist. Yo, oh my!
It's my cousin I'm talking about, so don't worry about it.
All right, cool. You can make the jokes to him, but what about the people listening? Like, damn, bro.
If you have an Egyptian and Filipino mixed baby, holla and let me know how they actually came out. I really want to know.
Yo, you the worst.
But yeah, man, shout out to their family. Mashallah, we have another addition to the family, so you know Allah is good. And then after that, while I was there, Jibreel ended up going to Nabra's blessing bags. You want to talk a little about that?
Yeah, bro. No, it was really dope. We actually got on Nabra's blessing bags on our Instagram live. If you don't know, we go Instagram live every Tuesday at 6:00. We hopped on live with two sisters, May and Isra. And basically 2 years ago, there was a sister Nabra who passed away. She was unjustly killed by an individual, and I believe 2 months ago the charges or justice was served, and he received
a month ago. Mm-hmm.
He received life in prison,
it's like 8 counts.
I think without parole.
8 counts.
Which you know is just as it can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what they started doing since her passing is that on her birthday every year, they her friends and different people of the community, they raise money, they buy food, clothing, the utilities necessary to give out to the homeless.
Yeah.
So for females, you know, they have certain things, and they have things for males, deodorant and hygiene products and things like that, the necessities, and they put them in book bags, and they give them food packets and everything like that. And you know, they help out the homeless because, you know, essentially that's what, you know, from my understanding, that's how Nabra, that was the type of person she was, where she was always trying to give, and just a very lighthearted individual that just loved the religion and loved people, you know, regardless of who the people were. And it really showed when I went out there. So we told them that we were going to come. I thought both of us would be able to make it, but I went out, met them out in, I think it was Franklin. Yeah, it was Franklin Square Park. Met them out there. And it was so many people. It was so many people helping, and so many people that were on the receiving end of all that help.
Yeah, my mom, I don't think I told you, my mom's like, wow, Jibreel gave a great speech. I was like, he gave a speech? Because you never told me that. You never told me that you spoke. You told me today. But she told me yesterday. She's like, oh, Jibreel gave a great speech. I guess it was just a dua. So it was just something. I don't know.
Oh, they recorded that?
Yeah. I was like, what? What do you mean? I was like, I didn't see. She's like, yeah, so my cousin recorded you and put on WhatsApp. You know, WhatsApp has like a story now.
What?
So yeah, mashallah, Jibreel did a great job. I was like, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, he went out there and spoke. I was like, he ain't telling about that. I didn't see anywhere.
Oh, bro, that's crazy. I didn't even know like they recorded me saying that. Yeah, bro. Like, bro, it was emotional, man, because you know, like, after we gave, you know, majority of the food away, we had a lot left, you know, and it, like, mashallah, I was definitely the oldest person out there. I'm 26. So you gotta imagine, like, everybody was really young. I think the youngest person out there was probably like 12
years old.
Yeah, bro, like really, really young.
Getting involved young.
Yeah, man. And it was just so great because May and Isra, that like they're both very young. I think they're both in college.
Yeah.
And for them to put something like that together with all their friends, and for them to actually show up and to want to do work, and you know, to even the friends that weren't doing work, just to be there, support, you know, to support it, all because of this one sister. You know, may Allah bless her and reward her for all the good that, you know, all these people are doing, you know what I'm saying? And it literally, like, I was just in the emotional state because I'm like, wow. Like, look at these young people. We always talk about, oh, the youth, they're going astray, youth, they're doing this. But like, look at what they're doing.
They motivate the old heads too.
Yeah, it's motivate. You know what I'm saying? Look what they're doing, bro. Yeah. So when people talk and try to bash America and bash the youth here, I'm like, no, but look at this. Yeah. Because this is happening more often than we're giving it credit to. Yes. We look at the bad stuff that happens far too often than we do the good things that happen in this country and with our youth, because we're always so critical of them. But let's be real, what were we doing at their age?
Oh, it was
you know what I'm saying?
What
were our parents doing at that age?
It was making babies. No, but I want to give a big shout out to that point to my girl Ashley Akers, man, one of our coworkers. She legitimately went out and bought a bag full of toiletry to give to the homeless. You know, keep in mind this is a non-Muslim. Yep. You know, she loves what we do. She keeps up with everything, and she always asks how she can donate without even us asking her every single time.
She hit us up and came to us at work and was like, "Hey, don't forget, I want to donate, but do I bring the stuff to you?" It was like, goodness gracious, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, we have to understand as Muslims that it's bigger than us. It's bigger than, oh, you're Muslim or non-Muslim. It's like, at the end of the day, your character's going to shine through. You feel me? Whether you say you're Muslim or not, it's not about what you say. If you're mute, somebody should still be able to tell if you're Muslim, whether it's by how, and even if you don't dress it, you know what I'm saying? Whether you got tattoos, all that stuff, it doesn't matter. What matters is your character, because if your character and your heart don't reflect the act of being a Muslim, then can you really consider yourself a Muslim?
Honestly, and what you do, like, your character is gonna shine through. Like you said, the people gonna see that nur. They're gonna see that light. You feel me?
Exactly.
They're gonna see that, and then we saw that light. We saw Ashley's true color. So shout out. Shout out.
That's a great friend. Great friend. Man. Ashley is. I hope you feel better. I think she's sick or something.
I hope you feel better, man.
Yeah, man. So like that, it was just a really good experience, and like at the end of it all, we had a lot of food left, and we had. What's funny is they brought pizza for everybody. There was a lot of pizza, so I get a box, right, and this brother Hyder, me and him were hanging out for a little bit talking, and then he was like, I don't want anything to eat, so I like gave him food. And mind you, I was supposed to take his pizza for myself. I was starving.
A whole box.
Then, like I had like it was a whole box. It was like a medium sized pizza, right? And then like I saw two homies where I was like, hey, do y'all want some pizza? And I got these sandwich bags. Boom. Hey. So I gave them those. Yes. And then like by the time I looked, I had no pizza, and I was like, it's all good. You feel me?
All gravy.
It's all good. I wish later on that night I would have had it, but you know, it was such a great feeling being able to give to the homeless and being able to, you know, it wasn't even about seeing their faces and being like, oh my God, like we're doing so good. It was just like the feeling, knowing that, you know, I was working with a group of kids doing this, and that mashallah, I was able to help them accomplish this goal. You know what I'm saying? Like the last person I was worried about was me. I was like, man, I want them to get every last one of these blessings, give these blessings to Nara, to her family, because at the end of the day, man, like I'm just here to be a servant, help them out. You know what I'm saying? First thing I came up and said, I was like, how can I help? Like, what do you need me to do? And, you know, eventually they need me to use my voice and kind of like corral people. So I did what I had to do. But
use that talent, buddy.
Yeah, but like, you know, shout out to May and Isra and all the sisters involved, because they put in work, and I couldn't be more proud to see, again, the sisters, but more importantly, you know, Muslims, you know, of all different races and ethnicities. It was beautiful, man. It was very beautiful.
Shout out to all the sisters too that were in the supply chain. I know my sister Malik, my cousin Shazami Soon, they were just on the back end that packaged all the stuff, and just the night before got everything ready. So, you know, can't forget about those that maybe just weren't on the front end, but they did a lot on the back end.
Oh, they were there. They were there too. They were out there. They were out there.
One thing that I did like is that, you know, it's always good to give, you know, always good to give. But it's even better to make somebody feel human, because you can always take that food and drop it off at the local food bank, or you could do that stuff, right? And then they'll distribute. But for you to go out there and talk to somebody and have a conversation, you bring them back into the world. You know, you bring them, you make them feel like, hey, I'm actually somebody now.
I can contribute to a conversation.
Hey, what's your name? You know, my name is John. Yeah, man. How'd you know? Tell me more about your story. Here's what happened. Okay, you know, it's a conversation. Now you're talking to them. So now you just made them human, and you brought them back into this world, and you forget about yourself. You know, you talk with them, and it's like, wow, like you basically take the focus off. You take the focus off of you. Yeah, and that's what it's all about when it comes to giving. When you give, it's not about you at all. But a lot of people try to make it about them. I know you kind of hit on this a few times. You're like, a lot of people they only worry about the blessing that they're going to get when they give, instead of what is going to that person. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's funny because I posted it yesterday. Omar Suleiman. I saved it so you can watch it.
You posted it.
Bro, I'm tired. I posted it on our story, and he was basically talking about how like people try to give selfishly, and they in their head they do things, and they're like, oh, I'm going to get blessings for that. Oh, I'm going to do this because it's pleasing to Allah.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
I'm doing because like Allah's going to love this. But it's like when you're truly in your heart, you do things for the sake of Allah. You don't think about it before you do it. You just do it because it's ingrained in you. It's a part of you. And so like you see a lot of times people do things and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get so many blessings. It's like, well, really you're doing that selfishly then. You're not doing it because it's the right thing to do. Doing the right thing is always the right thing, regardless if you're doing it for yourself, for Allah. Like it's always the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be thinking about that. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. Done.
Finito.
What else has happened? That was our weekend. Did we meet back up after that?
No, he was.
We played ball. Yeah, we met up and balled out. Bro, I was exhausted.
What's wrong with us?
I was too tired. That was a mistake.
We played for like 5 minutes. Jibreel was wrong. He said, I need to lay down.
Yeah, I had to take a nap. I was so tired.
He said, do you have a snack? I was like, nah. Then my cousin Jenna pulled out like a mini Hershey's.
She gave it to me like I was her age. She gave it to me like I was 6.
Here, baby. Oh, no, we did end up balling, man. Shout out to the Tyson's crew, everybody that comes out to Jones Branch. All y'all crazy mofos out there, balling.
Because they are crazy.
Arguing. Right. Doing y'all thing.
Right.
How y'all Arabs do.
That's how it is. Arguing and balling. That's their favorite thing to do. Yeah, so I mean, that was the weekend, man. Mashallah, was a very good weekend.
And we made all our prayers. I don't think we talk about that a lot.
I actually didn't.
What?
I mean, bro, there was no way I could have made all my prayers between the talking and going to Navar's blessing bags. And somebody actually asked me.
That's being at the event though, like the Ignorant Joint, they kind of stopped it. I like how they did that. They all prayed together. Yeah.
What's interesting though about that is, somebody asked us a question on live, like, like missing your prayers, like how do you make them up? And I was thinking, I was like, well, if I miss my prayer because I'm doing something like feeding the homeless, is like, how is that viewed? And I want to ask,
that's a great question,
man, about that, because it's like,
because I'm not the one to answer that.
Because isn't that a form of ibadah? Isn't that a form of worship if you're doing things like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I missed my 5 daily prayers, but I missed it because we were at the conference talking and then giving. I think one of those I was watching Mohamed Salada.
Caught up, got me feeling.
Best believe I was throwing the fingers up. Allahu Akbar, where you at?
Hey, honest, keep it raw.
My man Mohamed Salah came up. What? So yeah, that is a question I actually have. If you guys have the answer to that, or any man that should reach out to us, link us.
Right.
Yeah, but overall the weekend was good, man.
Awesome.
No sleep as usual, but we still here.
Do we hang out in DC that day too?
Saturday we did. We hung out in DC. Yeah, that was a long day. I met up with your boys. That was pretty dope.
Shout out to some more Cedar Ridge youngins.
Crazy.
You know how it is.
So recent events, Mo. You want to get on recent events real quick?
Yes. If I may, I'll start this thing off. So something that not everybody, but a lot of people have been, paying attention to, and we've been really putting it on our story, is the recent events that's been going on in Sudan. Congratulations to the people. Power to the people. We saw how mighty the force is when we all come together and use unity and love to bring down hate. Brother Omar Hassan al-Bashir was finally overthrown after his 30-year regime. I think it was 29, 30 years. He was gone. They put him in house arrest. But like Trevor Noah said, living in a mansion might not be too bad.
House arrest, but you can live on one side of the house for a week.
You're telling me I don't have to leave my 30,000 square foot home? Okay, I'm cool with that. But anyway, and then his interim president came back. His interim president was in office for a little bit, mashallah.
Like all of
it was Lieutenant General Awad Mohamed Ahmed ibn Auf. He was the defense minister, and he claimed that he was going to be in office for 2 hours who knew it was only gonna for 2 years? I'm sorry, who knew it was only gonna last for a few hours? He was in there for legitly 1 day. If you go on if it goes on Wikipedia, he said he ruled from Thursday to Friday. Talk about legacy,
bro. My man said I did a lot for the country in my time as president.
Son, I did it. Yeah, I was the president of Sudan.
Oh, but man. He's like, well, I can take that off my bucket list.
So now I think.
So what state are they in now? Where they ran a coup for the president. He's on house arrest.
Yeah.
New intern comes in who was basically his right hand man.
That was his right hand.
Took him out.
You know.
So now what is the state of Sudan?
Right. I've really just with everything that's going on. I think the military is just taking over.
So I was reading an article where
I think they also had like this, like the SPA, like the Sudanese something. I forgot what's called that, man. But what would you say though?
I was reading something along the lines of Sudan is calling for a society-run or society-based president to assume leadership. Someone that is of
civilian
the people,
control.
Civilian control president. Someone that they vote in. Basically, they want to have a democratic process to put somebody in power. Someone that they know, that they trust. But the crazy thing about power, though, man, is that it never goes according to plan, like how we think. You know what I'm saying?
But they kept pushing. Like I said,
yeah.
Us in Egypt, can't compare the two. In Egypt, we got finessed because after we took out Hosni Mubarak, we did it, and then Sisi came in. We should have known. You know what I mean?
But should y'all?
I don't know.
That's the thing. When did y'all have a similar experience before that?
No.
Exactly. No. So there was no way y'all could have known.
Yeah.
Y'all were just a sacrifice for Sudan to learn,
Paved
and all the countries after you to learn.
The way. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So inshallah, like as time goes on, like Egypt would be in a position where it's like, yo, we need to go look out for them because, like, well, I don't know how it works in terms of that, but it's like maybe in the future, if there are more problems, you get more support from the people of the countries that benefit from the example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
only God knows.
Only God knows. Allahu Alam. I know that they were saying that the Sudanese woman, the one who ran this protest, but women have been running stuff even since.
They've been around the world.
They've been around the world since day one. But I realized that for I was like, bro, there's no point in fighting this.
They run the house.
I love women. Women, they run everything. To be honest with you,
girls.
Even in the background, us men, we just the puppets.
Right. Go to the store. Okay.
Just go make money, bring it back so I can spend it.
Okay.
Oh, snap. But nah, man, I loved it. But one thing that you kind of pointed out, they focus so much on the woman that went out on the streets and protested and went out there and fought. That was awesome. But all the breaking news was on her. But we couldn't forget about the whole goal.
Yeah, like
what I mean? The whole goal is to figure, okay, now that this guy's gone, what's next? Like, what's going on? Let's make sure that this regime, doesn't go into another evil person's hands. You know what I mean? Because you know how it is. The media focus on one thing, then they come to the back door and say, pop.
And yeah, we called out, Egg Boy, that was getting all this press attention, right? When Christchurch, the incident in New Zealand.
Yep.
And prayers up for all the families that's still being affected. That's still very, very fresh. Let's not forget, there's only been about a month.
Still pray for those families, man.
You know what I'm saying? So prayers up for the victims and their families. Still prayers up for the victims in Mali, the massacre in Mali. There's been countless fundraisers and penny appeals and things of that nature to help those people. So if you haven't had the time to go and donate to people of Mali or Mozambique and Malawi and Zimbabwe, those are the 3 countries that got hit by the cyclone Ida. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Any amount helps. $5. You gotta remember, $5 in America can go a lot longer than we think. Like $5 anywhere else is, in Egypt, $5. My man Amo, we were talking about the currency exchange, and he was just like, dog, it's crazy because $5 can literally feed you for like a couple of days.
That's 5 times 18, bro.
Yeah, no, 22. He said it went
up.
Yep, went up.
Oh, damn.
He said 22.
I need to see what's good.
Was it dinar in Egypt?
No, it's Egyptian pounds.
Egyptian pound. Well, he said there's a second currency there too There's another currency that they use there. He said by another name. Anyways, I digress. Yeah. You know, give freely, you know what I'm saying? Like, Allah bless it. You know, if you have a job, shout out to you. And even if you don't have a job, man, you're still in a better situation than many people. So don't forget to give while you still can, you know what I'm saying? Because eventually we'll be in a position where we want people to give to us and we need that help. Mm-hmm. You know, hopefully not, but if we ever are in that situation, you know, you don't want to, you know. Anyways, so yeah, what's going on in Sudan? I mean, it's looking positive right now. I've been paying attention to some of our friends that have been reporting on it endlessly.
Thank you.
Yeah, so shout out to all the people that have been reporting on what's going on in Sudan. You guys are the real MVPs.
Real MVPs.
Because you've really been keeping us in the loop of what's going on. So shout out to that.
So the person I think in charge right now is Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah Abdurrahman Burhan, who served as the chief of ground forces for the Sudanese military. So
military has taken over at this point in time. Yeah.
Wish them the best of luck, and best believe we'll still be posting about it because what happens next? Sudan is still unclear, so we'll still be on it, man.
And we got to see things through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you guys
the reconstruction, you know,
for our long-term listeners, if you guys remember, we I think it was back in like October, we covered the refugees in France, in Calais, France. And sister no, goodness gracious, I cannot remember her name. It will come back to me. As-Salaam, yeah. She and a friend went there to help with the refugees, and this is one of the worst refugee camps condition wise in France. Mainly because of how France treat the refugees, right? And then we gave an update months later. So, you know, we try and do that so that we can keep you guys in the loop of, you know, what we support and what we've donated to personally. And we want to, you know, encourage you guys to, like, you know, just do the same. So there's no shadiness involved. We just want to keep people up to date with what we can.
Remember when the Sudanese protests just started here? We did an Instagram live, and we first remember when we first
that was a while ago.
Did we do that in January, or did we do that before?
I think it was.
Did that after I came back from Egypt, right?
I think it was. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
After I came back, right? So it was about 2-3 months ago, and then look from what happened.
Yeah, crazy.
From protests to seeing the actual overthrow happen.
3 presidents later.
Look at that.
Crazy.
That's insane. Yeah. Power to the people, man.
Yeah, power to the people. You know what I'm saying? But that shows resilience and it shows consistency in these people. You know what I'm saying? That you got to stick to it. What else is going on in recent news?
Yes, the burning of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Notre Dame Cathedral. I haven't been paying attention to that too much. I just know that it went up in flames. It was like 400.
I mean, bro, that drum was burning. You know, it's on fire. I don't mean to joke about it. Sorry. But no, like that. Wow, that which is tragic in many ways because it definitely is a historic landmark. For the world, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows that name, you know, in some respect, and it's just a big staple of human history, human religious history. So to see that go up in flames like that is ridiculous. And the mosque in Jerusalem,
Al-Aqsa Mosque, is also on fire, man.
Like within the same 24, 48 hours, like that's freaking
wild.
Nuts.
That's
wild. Freaking nuts.
See, I've seen coverage like, you know, a lot of people come together and talk about the funds that were raised to provide for the Notre Dame, cathedral, but I haven't seen anything for Al-Aqsa. Maybe just have to post it.
Maybe I haven't posted it, but you know, it's similar to like what we were talking about with the posting of what happened in Christchurch versus what happened in Mali, right? Christchurch, you know, 51 people. Is it 51 now? I don't know for sure. I've seen different reports that have report different numbers, but numerous people killed at Christchurch. But then, you know, a week later, Mali, they have a crazy massacre and no one says anything, especially in the Muslim community, where you expect something like that to be said because most of those people in Mali are Muslim. You know, it's same thing where, you know, you look at Notre Dame where, you know, the world is in uproar, but the third holiest city in Islam and the mosque, this is probably one of the most recognizable mosques in the world, is in flames.
I think it's number 2.
And no one says anything.
We'll see. We'll care about it. Post on that too. The details that come out.
Well, I'm seeing certain places, but it's just not the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think maybe because like the Muslim Twitter or Muslim community is just slow to post and stuff like that. So, look, we're not going to put more to it than need be. Exactly. But point is, like, if you guys didn't know, now you know. Just make sure you do research and you like try and look around, stuff like that, because that's wild that you have 2 major staples in religious history, religious culture, like up in flames like that, which is just wild. And I mean, again, is like there's people out here that just want to do harm like that. Like the dude that just got arrested in Louisiana setting 3 black churches on fire.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. We're not going to try and stick on the negative because the energy, I feel like the energy is deflating right now. We need to get some energy rolling. I wish we could play some music, but copyrights. We
got some good energy. Tiger Woods, yo. Hey. My man, talk about a comeback though.
I don't watch golf, so
I don't watch golf either, but they said he was, all I heard was the Masters, and he came back like a master.
Hey.
I think he was down, and the Sunday night, he was able to rally back and win it. I was talking to a sales rep, and he said, somebody bet $85,000 on Tiger, and then he won $2.1 million. I know betting is haram, but goodness gracious.
So I could go with the mines.
All right, take that $2.1 million to build Alexa Mosque right back up. You feel me? Man, dog, that's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Tiger, man. He came back even with all those different, because he went through some ish. You feel me? Like,
my man, he went through drugs. He went through women, divorce. This man fell off his game. This man started balding. He got it all like back. Look, when it rains, it pours. You feel me? And my man got the worst of it.
I'm trying to think of this. I don't know if it was Cat Williams or if it was Kevin. I think it was Cat Williams. Like, man, every time they try to find something on Kobe, he just kept dropping more points. I think it was Cat. I just couldn't say that to him. Like, Kobe, what'd you do with that girl? He said, 60. Because they were like, as soon as he started doing bad, they knew that he was lying. But because he was playing well. Like, he couldn't have done it.
Kobe couldn't have done it. The man just dropped 81. What you mean?
He's good, really good.
What you mean? He just dropped 50 last night.
That's so, man. Shout out to Tiger, man. Alhamdulillah for that.
Yeah, that's always cool, man. There's division amongst, the black community, whether like we should like give him recognition because like he's never really involved with the black community and the black cause, but man, forget it. Like, I'll take it. He's the only black golfer I can think of, so I'll take it. I'll take it, Tiger Woods. Right. What else is going on? Shout out to Hassan Shibli, bro. Hassan Shibli, yes. We also went live with, who was suing the U.S. government over the U.S. Muslim watch list, which is unconstitutional. They won. So if you want more information on that, you can find bro Hassan Shibli on Shibli SHILBY SHIBLY. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, Shibli on Instagram. Really cool brother, young brother, located down in Florida. So look at him, see what work he's doing. Shout out to Sister Elhan Oldmar.
Yes.
We know she's going through a tough time right now, so yes. prayers up for her.
Big prayers and her family too.
There's a lot of courage in doing what she's doing. Yes. But she can't do it alone. Nope. And nope. I think I'm a little bit I'm perplexed. We talked about this earlier, and I think that our reaction to what is going on is, I'm not going to say it's dramatic, but I think that as Muslims living in a country where at the very moment the tension surrounding Muslim is high,
very high,
it's like, really, guys, what did y'all expect? For things that she was hitting on and she was pressing buttons, where she's pressing buttons is like, really, what did you expect?
But she has some good buttons though, so
yeah,
it's one of those things they say, like, if you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. So she was in there playing, but she needs the support now, because she's like, all right, guys, the truth is coming out. That's why I have big respect for Rashida Tlaib out of Michigan, who came out and supported her, had to like slam a few Democrats, like, yo, like support your girl. You feel me? Like she's been doing it. She's been putting work. This is an American. And shout out to AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's also standing up for her sister, and Sean King, that's going out there. He's not even a Muslim, but she is fighting harder for Ilhan Omar than a lot of Muslims that I've seen so far. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So, and this is why we have our platform, to also support our sister too. This is our form of support. You know what I mean? So we're not just saying it, we're doing it, you know? So shout out to Ilhan Omar. We wish you the best. We're here for you and we stand with you.
Yeah. But, you know, again, I want to go into that point where it's like, for us in the public, I see, and it's so easy just to share stuff and be, you know, put an angry emoji beside. It's like, look, we know what it is in this country, right? As my ancestors have been here for hundreds of years, we know what it is, right? So the thing I look at with this whole situation is we know, right? Nobody, you can't expect someone to ruffle feathers and for, you know, the like with this whole situation, man. It's like you can't ruffle the feathers and not expect there to be some sort of reaction, especially a negative reaction in this country. This country isn't a country where you're going to be able to say those things, especially with the president we have, with the type of people who are predominantly running the country.
Supporting him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's really like, all right, bet we know that's going to happen. Let's speak out against it. Let's protect her. Let's support her. But again, as I said before,
just like don't be surprised.
Yeah, don't be so angry and shocked. Don't be so shocked. Angry is not even like, be angry, but don't be so shocked. Like, oh my God, how could he say? Like, bruh, it's Trump. We know this man is off the walls. He's a delusional old man at this point. We know he's gonna say some wild stuff that you're like, bruh, really?
About anything.
Again, but what do you do to that uncle that just drank a little bit too much and is going to say some crazy stuff? You ignore him a little bit.
You just don't invite him out.
Yeah, like you just say, okay, we know he's going to say Uncle Trump is going to say some crazy stuff. He's not my uncle.
How about say he ain't my uncle?
But yeah, you just put it all to the side, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that there's people supporting him, we aren't surprised. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think the best way that we can kind of support Ilhan, the same way that we can support, you know, these tragedies, is to, one, give time, but then to, two, start looking at how we can put people in power in our communities who can actually make the difference. So, like, we have the sister Abrar, who is running for the city, was it city council, like city school?
Fairfax County superintendent.
Superintendent for a school board. So it's like, you know, supporting sisters like her, where she was at Miss as well. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to see that talk, but I've seen her talk a couple of times within the community, and she's doing her thing, you know, helping to spread that, and, you know, just encourage her and like attend her events, things like that, help. So, you know, how do we put our people in power so that they can actually make the changes that we want to see?
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So that's really the only proactive way to help Ilhan. And, you know, money will help, and like tweets will help, and shares will help. But like, what are we actively doing that's really going to make a difference?
Also, I saw that you can also boycott if you're in New York, and those papers came out about, you know, Ilhan saying those things about the New York about 9/11. Just boycott the paper and don't let those papers come into your stand. So I did some people say that. I was like, good job.
What we don't seem to understand for some reason is that our attention and our money is what changes things.
Yep.
Remember that when you don't like something, like for instance, could you imagine what would happen if everybody in one particular community, let's just say all Muslims, stop using Facebook for a day? All Muslims.
They'd be like, whoa.
What's going on?
We just lost 1 billion people.
Exactly. They're like, dude, we lost them all at once. What happened? Like, they'll freak out.
Yeah.
So what would happen in America if the black community takes their money away from white racist establishments? What would happen if Muslims take their money away from white racist establishments? What would happen? Latinos. So that, bro, we already saw what happened when they started trying to deport people and be racist against Latinos that work in the Midwest, because a lot of farms are out there. Bro, farmers are struggling.
They're so blown now. They're so blown they voted for this man. Like, for real, bro. You've been talking about farmers and bring jobs to America, but you're killing us.
Exactly. So is the same thing that happens with social media, same thing that happens with the news. We are the curators of what gets created. We're the ones that decide where our attention is. We just have to remember how powerful our eyes are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else is going on, Mo? I feel like we're getting to the big one now.
No, I mean, still want to give a quick shout out to Tariq Torre, especially what he was talking about for Sudan. I want to share his poem.
Yeah, my man.
Big shout out to the big brother. He said, "Have you not seen the woman who bends gravity and carries the universe in her left pocket? She who stares to the souls of men. Have you not seen the woman of brick and butterflies?" It's excerpt from The Black Girls Who Fight, Tariq Torre, and it's a picture of the Kandaka, the Nubian queen out in Sudan, who stood up for the revolution and what we talked about earlier. So big shout out for Brother Tariq for standing up not only for her but for black women, black girls all around the world, bro.
Black girls, y'all rock.
Big shout out.
Black girls, know we love you.
Right.
Beautiful.
Oh, there was a. Let's talk about the live we had.
Oh, it ain't afraid. Hey,
shout out to 2020 today. 2020.
2020.
No, you're talking about different 2020.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm talking about Friday.
Yeah, no. 2020. No, that was a super dope live.
Yes.
The sisters, wisdom and strength. 2 MC twin sisters. Or anyways, yeah, they're twins.
Mm-hmm.
They're MCs. They sing.
Activists,
they're activists,
writers,
yeah,
businesswomen.
Yeah, they do it all, man. And it was really cool to talk with them. Like we said before, like getting the idea of like how they curate, who's on their team, like how do they do what they do, and why they do what they do in terms of using their platform to promote Islam and the Deen and their music and their shows. Really dope. And what's really dope is congrats to them on I forget the name of the show, but they got a really big show that includes Deen Squad and a few other really big Muslim artists. So really big shout out to them because it's been really impressive to watch their career kind of, maneuver over the last few months. So big shout out to them. And again, Instagram Lives every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Make sure you follow us, Young and Muslim. So the biggest thing we want to talk about. So, look, we're done with. Look, this list is done. All right. This list is done with, Mo. We're done with the list. It's time to get to it. Make sure you pick up the paper. We actually need that.
All right, look at you.
The biggest thing is the biggest recent news is the shock of the crap that Muslims of the world has been involved in, and it sucks because I called it. I didn't call it on the podcast. I called the founder. I said there was something off about the guy. I received word that something was off, and it's showing like there's clout chasing, bro. Clout chasing, a platform that big, clout chasing, which is disgusting in how they were doing it. Do you want to kind of go over it, or do you want me to long story short it, or?
I can go into it for a little bit.
All right, go ahead. So this example, or not, this is what happened with the Muslim of the world thing.
Yeah, so I guess Jibreel can give you, other context, but so what happened was after the Christchurch shooting, we were seeing different things come out very soon. I understand that people, they need time to mourn, they need time to kind of understand what happened, and there was posts coming out talking about a giveaway for people to go out to New Zealand and meet with the family.
Yeah.
And we thought it was really odd because we're like, a giveaway?
Are these people a prize?
For a tragedy. And I was like, for me, if something happened to my family, the last thing I want to see is a whole bunch of strangers. You feel me?
Yeah. That was
all
weird,
I want to
bro.
see is you guys send me over money and try to bring my family members over. So just the wording was kind of off and happened really quick. And then there were some other individuals. Should we drop a name?
Sure, why not? No. That is important to drop the names.
There was another individual, that named Khalid Baidoun. Have a lot of respect for that man. Still do.
I don't know.
But for what happened
chasing.
in that certain instance, it was just like he was doing, I guess you can call it a good job, but very, very, prompt job in posting all of the individuals that passed. But it was kind of like crazy because he was posting those bloody pictures really fast. I'm like, yo, bro, just chill. This is just too much for us. And he was like, hey, he even was like, hey, make sure you guys give me credit on my work. I see other people trying to take
sharing it and stuff.
I see you guys sharing my work, but make sure you guys give me credit. It's like, bruh, you talking about credit right now, bro?
Bro,
after a massacre just happened, you talking about credit, cuz?
Yeah. So like in its entirety, the whole situation was disgusting because there were 3 people involved. Khalid Bidun and this guy Sajjad, the founder of Muslim of the World, being 2 of them, right? And the whole premise was that they said if you follow our 3 accounts and like this post or whatever, I
know what the details were.
Then we'll enter you into the raffle to be selected to go and see the victims of Christ Church. It's like, yo, like this isn't like no petting zoo. These aren't people. These are people who are like mourning, like, bro, they literally just lost family members in the worst massacre in the history of their country. Right. First off, they're passing this off like it's okay. And the fact that these grown men were not able to recognize that what they're doing was wrong. It was morally just slimy. First off. So everybody involved with that, not just the people that were in the front, those 3 men, everybody that was involved in the organization, shame on you. Because like multiple eyes had to be able to see that and be like, bruh.
I mean, young, old, it
doesn't matter. It's like we said before, your character has to shine through, right? That's a massive character flaw in that sense. Second thing is how long it took for them to like really like come to terms and be like, yo, like this is wrong. Yeah. Like the apology, I was speaking with a friend and she was like, yeah, the apology was BS. It was like they issued a PR apology, a politically correct apology, just so they could like get the heat off their back. Right. Khalid Bidun deletes his Twitter because like what you said, when he was posting remember the 50 names, bro, he was doing it. And for clout, like dude was doing it so people would follow him and he would be the outlet for knowing what was going on at Christ Church. And it's disgusting because as people are sharing this, as you said, dude was like, yeah, like make sure you guys credit my work. Like, bro, your work? Like, dog, people, the blood hasn't been dried and you're over here trying to gain followings off of it. Next, you're probably trying to sell t-shirts. It's disgusting, bro. We don't do stuff like that. As Muslims, we don't do stuff like that. But you know what it is. What? Call it how it is. I was talking to a friend about it. What it is, it's a privilege. It's a very, I would just call it how it is. I mean, don't take this any sort of way if this is your ethnicity or like your culture, but it's very much an Arab privilege that you do things like that. It's an Arab privilege and it's a man privilege. It's a male privilege where you do things like that. And there's 0 repercussions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's okay, whatever. Our intentions were good. May Allah forgive us and move on. You know what I'm saying? You issue some apology and you think people will move on. But it's like, bro, like that was really some truly grimy stuff. You feel me? And so like really, a lot of people were shocked and as it should be. Like this platform has built a good name for itself. A great name. But I could see certain things were just off over the last couple months. Certain things were just weird. You feel me? Like
all the stuff that was quote unquote trendy or just the most recent, they were just on it. The first people there.
Exactly.
Like how are you the first person at every crime scene? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's like, and there has to be a level of sympathy with the families when a tragedy like that's going on. It's one thing to like update, but like this dude Khalid Bidun posting the bloody pictures and then right away posting like apparently a lot of stuff he was posting was not factual.
And this is coming from the families like, yo, like, even the families like, yo, tell this guy to stop.
Yeah, and he wasn't.
That's crazy.
Same thing with the Muslims of the world. So again, it's about clout chasing. People understand this. Clout is not worth your dignity, is not worth your character. Because at the end of the day,
it's not worth anything.
People are going to remember that. People are going to remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to remember that. Because what that teaches you, you don't mess with those sort of people. No. You don't bang with those sort of people. And those are not people I bang with. No. You don't bang with clout chasers, that people that do stuff because they think, oh, I'm going to get some followers out of this. Like, look, we love you guys. We love you guys. Right? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to risk who I am to gain 5 more people to listen to this podcast.
This stuff's not even worth it, to be honest. Something like that, you're supposed to it's 70. It's okay for you to mourn for 72 hours, then you get time to kind of bounce back. They were just
and they were pushing it and pushing. It sucks because so many people were trusting these outlets to actually give them the truth, but it just shows you can't put your trust in people that are trying to promote themselves as for lack of a better term, false prophets. You feel me? Like they're promoting themselves as though yo, we know everything that's going on, guys, listen to us, blah, 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 blah. But it's bro, y'all are really out here just clout chasing, and it shows. That
goes back to, just verifying the facts for anything, for anybody, even for us. Just check the facts and reach out to it. It's okay. But like Jibreel said, that is almost like a form of shit, because we see these individuals, they're so perfect, they're so pious, and we listen to everything that we say, and we kind of look up to them, and it's just Allah's gonna ask you you follow this person, follow him into Jahannam or just whatever, you know what I'm saying? You followed him, listen to all that.
I'm
stuff.
good. So I'm good, homie.
We have to use our reasoning. We have to use our common sense, and to be
But you know what? That also falls into the deeper can of worms.
There's a deeper issue
with the dude Sajjad, where he used this power that he had to talk to women any sort of way and abuse that power. There's a whole nother side of that. I feel like Mo doesn't want to go into it, but to be real, I don't care, because it has to be said, man. It has to be said, yo, dudes are really out here trying to use their power, and we see this. We see this even with the president,
even in the workplace.
Yeah, in the workplace. You see it in the workplace. Where dudes will use their power, their position to get over on women and then make them feel as though they're the ones at fault.
It's the woman's fault.
It's the woman's fault. Yeah. And so then with this whole thing going down almost all the world, then you get the founder involved, where now it's yo, this dude is not who he seems to be. And that's what I was saying. You can, the character, if it's too good to be true.
Some people need to know that.
Sometimes you got to look into it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not saying that, if this is a really nice person or whatever, it's not a very nice and genuine person. But at the same time, if it's too polished, if it's too clean, if it's too calculated, you gotta be cautious. You know what I'm saying? Dudes out here to try and take advantage and use their privilege. You know what I'm saying? Benefit of the doubt. That dude was given a lot of benefit of the doubt by people. Oh, but he's doing amazing things for the community. This is this. But what was this? But what was this dude doing on the side when it came in private time to talking to sisters? You know what I'm saying? It's what you do behind closed doors. You feel me?
Yes.
How you treat people behind closed doors. So
it goes back to those things, because you always hear those stories of people doing great things for the community, doing great things for the people. But they're just shitty parents, shitty husbands. Behind closed doors at home, they're just horrible people. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of reminds me of that. So that really shows you that you gotta renew your intentions with anything you do. And I think with this whole, New Zealand thing, they didn't renew their intentions. They didn't even know what their intention was.
Bro, their intention was to chase clout. They wanted followers. At the end of the day, all this dude was worried about. He was like, I want to get followers. I'm going to get all these book tours. I'm about to try and get some girls along the way, and I'm gonna say whatever I gotta say to do it.
That's ridiculous.
And then guess what? I'm bro, he even tried to finesse us for money. We reached out to this dude. He tried to finesse us for money, Mo. You don't remember that when we were like, yo, we would love da 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 da, and he was like, yeah, but just pay this amount to get us out there for a book tour. I was like, bro, what?
Ninja, what?
Come on, bro. Come on, son. So it's when you do things for clout, you will get found out. And I did not do that on purpose to rhyme. It just came out sounding really cool. You will get found out. Bro, they got found out like that. Why? Because the internet will dig things back up. They will dig things back up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Ask about me. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, ask about me. Ask about us, yo. Younger Muslim Podcast, ask about us. Because you're going to get the truth. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? We've been giving you guys straight up.
Since episode 1.
Yeah.
Start from the beginning.
From episode 0 since the womb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But really though, it's important that for all you guys and girls out there listening, be you. Yes. Be authentic, be real, be straight up, because at the end of the day, whether you tell the truth today or whether you tell the truth tomorrow, it's going to come out. Yeah. It's going to come out. Someone is going to find out what you're really up to. You know what I'm saying? So be real about it. Don't be out there faking it. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree.
Yeah. We got anything else on the docket, bro?
That was mainly it, boss.
All I'm gonna say is, you guys watch out for the next couple episodes. Oh no, yo, this is our 50th episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh crap, this is our 50th episode.
We were supposed to say that in the beginning.
Yeah, we were. Crap, we're horrible at this. How do we have 50 episodes?
Sure, only if y'all knew.
Let's take a little bit of time to do like slight reflection on getting 50 episodes.
Eyes closed, breathe.
Right now it is 2 a.m.
Sheesh.
And as we sit and reflect on what we've done for this podcast,
congratulations.
And, I'm gonna shake your hand, good sir, because we have come a long way.
A lot of sacrifices. Like Jibreel told me earlier today, that if it wasn't for this podcast, he said, if it wasn't for this podcast and you, Mohamed, I would be married and I would have children by now.
Yeah, I'd be very happy.
Yes, I would have a white picket fence.
But you know what? I wouldn't be happy though. That like, and being real, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't. Like, I love doing this. I love what we do, and I love the platform that we're creating. More than comfort. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I love it more than comfort, because at the end of the day, man, like, yo, this is enjoyment, man. Like, this is bliss, and I want to keep doing this. But 50 episodes, from our first episode being in a church, a Christian network radio station with gospel music blasting in the background, to getting kicked out of hotels, to recording in friends' apartments, my apartment, your basement,
and cars,
my house. Like, we've recorded in a lot of different places, sneaking into college campuses, recording in their places. My living room, freaking. What's the weirdest place we've recorded? I think beside the railroad tracks.
I was about to say
the railroad tracks. I think that was annoying.
That was an awesome episode too.
It really was a good episode. What do you think is one of our funniest episodes?
I think it was the thirsty Muslim man.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was a classic.
And I think I'm Ready to Get Married. I think that's a classic. That's a classic right there. I think I'm Ready to Get Married.
What was one of like the hardest? What was like one of the toughest conversations that we have?
The toughest conversations we had. Damn, that's a hard one. I would say recent the New Zealand one. That was probably the toughest one. Just because it was so fresh, and we decided to do it unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? And really didn't hold back. It was really tough, but it was like extremely necessary to have that conversation. What is one of your highlights of not necessarily an episode in particular, but just like a moment that we've had and creating this, or like, just making the platform that it is?
Definitely the speaking gig and the mini photo shoot that we did.
Yeah, bro, you took the photo shoot right out of my head. Yeah, the photo shoot was so dope. Shout out to my man Coop.
Right, shout out Coop DeVille.
Hey, yeah, if you guys don't follow my man Andrew Cooper, Coop DeVille, or Andrew Cooper _11. That's my man's from way back when. Southside Soccer League FC. You already know what it is. He's down there in Norfolk. So if you guys are ever in Norfolk and you need a dope photographer, hit us up. And we will let you know.
And all the people that we've met through the podcast, whether it's friends, new acquaintances, business.
You know what? I think my highlight is going to be linking up with Yusuf Chroma and Mustafa Briggs. Oh yeah, that has to be my highlight.
And Adair, man.
And Adair, and all of our guests so far, but specifically them because of how it came about. Like how it came about. Like it literally
was wild.
it literally came from a nothing DM to the next day them being in our city and like recording at 3 a.m.
Yeah, he was in your city, all right, Jersey.
Same city, same friends. If you're looking for me, I'll be there just swinging. No, with Nadira, I was just busting out Drake quotes the whole time.
She's like, "Oh man, this man, stop."
Oh man, that was freaking hilarious. That was hilarious. What are you looking for most to with the next 50 episodes?
Meeting.
Wait. Inshallah. There's my second one. There's my second one.
Inshallah, would like to meet more people, travel to new places, learn about different stories, different struggles about Muslims here in America, specifically Black Muslims. Also, just want to see how good we can get our game. How far we can go with this. To be honest, I'm excited to see where we can get in the next year and get this audio better and everything just improve. To be honest with you, and seeing my family supporting me more and more is awesome too.
Nice.
What about you?
Agreed. I think the opportunity to travel going forward. I definitely want to go to the UK. I think that we have a massive audience out there. We have a massive audience in Canada.
The UK in the house.
Hey, big things, you know me. That was horrible.
If you're in the UK and there's a conference that you think that we should be coming to, please book us.
Yeah, and I apologize for like my horrible like accents.
I
really don't apologize. Yes, I will. No, I really think the prospect of being able to travel and meet people of different cultures, outside of just like the U.S. immigrant American or the African American or the convert American. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to meet people who live in a totally different country. I think being able to talk to them and get their experience. I'm looking forward to doing more speaking. I think that was
awesome.
I think what we got out of that first speaking gig was amazing. I'm also looking forward to this becoming more of a priority. I think that every day that passes, yeah, man, it's just
all money in, baby.
Yeah, you feel me? No money out. When you invest in, there's no money out ever. You feel me? Shout out to my man Nipsey. Rest in peace, baby. Rest in peace, man. But
what are some more struggles you think we'll run into?
Struggles? I think being able to keep the pace that we've set. I think we've upped our level of expectancy of one another. And I think being able to keep up with that pace is going to be extremely hard. But we're like, alhamdulillah, we have good health, and as long as we keep each other in line, I think we'll be able to keep rolling. What do you think? What do you think a big struggle will be?
I'm definitely just sleep.
I can just tell by looking in your eyes, sleep.
Nah, man, sleep. I don't think it's a commitment because we already made that commitment. I think it's just that we're just gonna get just busier in our own personal lives. You know what I'm saying? Because now I think right now we're not doing too much. We have families. Other than that, we're playing ball. But you're about to get more involved in acting.
Yeah,
I know you're trying to get bigger than that.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just chilling. I know I'm getting into family. I know we're gonna be doing real estate together. But with acting, and the good thing about real estate is that you can be there, and it's almost predictable because where you're going. You know where the thing is with acting. You just maybe here one day and go on the other. So
yeah. But man,
and then if we do find women in our lives, that would be another thing.
The right ones.
The right ones. The right one.
Ep.50. If you guys check out our Instagram story, you see your boy be in the kitchen whipping, cooking. So, if you out there somewhere,
whipping in the kitchen
come check a boy.
Hey. Chef boy Jibreel.
Recently, and I'm just going to share this. Recently, I've been tested by God. And because I've been becoming more in tune with myself and more in tune with, our creator, I'm starting to become more in tune with the signs. And you start to notice when God puts certain things in your life, right? Where it's like, all right, what you about to do? It's kind of like when you have you ever done that to a kid? Like you do something and you just watch them and see what they're about to do.
All the time.
And I feel like God is kind of watching me and like, all right, I put this there. How are you about to act?
You better act, cuzzo. You gonna drop the ball.
And in the past, I would have acted on it. It would have been a no-brainer. But I know what I want.
Yes.
I know exactly what I want.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? If acting on this gives me a less likelihood of getting, what I really want for my future, it ain't worth it. And so I had to come to that decision. And what's funny is that when I made that internalized decision, and I've stuck with it. Like today, I stuck with it. Yesterday, I was like, I'm with it. And I was like, But today, I've stuck with it. Mm-hmm. When I stuck with it, that situation, Allah literally made it completely silent, quiet. And I'm like, okay. 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 No problem. I was like, thank God. No problem. So is, I think putting your trust in Allah, putting your trust in the way, the how to say, go with the flow of the ocean. When you put that trust in, and when you kind of just go with the flow, and you start to understand how the water moves, you start understanding like what's actually about to happen, and what's really the breaking point. You know what I'm saying? Like, how far out can you actually go before it's like, that's too far. You know what I'm saying? You start understanding those things. So, that was just a very interesting situation for me, because it was like one of my weaknesses, and I was like, came through it though. Oh, man. So your boy's good.
Oh, there was something we missed earlier, but we never talked about the third individual that was actually in on this.
Oh yeah, Suhaib Webb, which
his apology was probably the most.
Yeah, his was the most sincere sounding. But what was alarming to me, and it was what sucks about this, and I guess the reason I kind of like didn't like throw him in there is because like I like Suhaib. I've met him in person. Mm-hmm. Like, seems like a very genuine brother, and it's just weird because it's like, why would he get himself mixed in that situation? And he pulled out quickly. Yeah, he did. But it was like, maybe he just didn't see it. Maybe he thought something was off, or he didn't sense that something was off.
His post, I'm going to read his post. He said, I was contacted by Muslims of the world to visit New Zealand this year on a visit to meet people there in a spirit of love and community. Sadly, their approach was insensitive and infuriating. I reached out to them this morning and shared my concerns along with the community of the larger, and shared my concerns along with the concerns of the larger community. They understand the concerns and pulled down their related post. Mm-hmm. I apologize to anyone that was hurt by this, and especially ask for the forgiveness of the families and the victims. May Allah forgive me.
Yeah. So that was a very sincere apology, and he went on his story to kind of talk about it a little bit, and so I guess I kind of have a bias towards him because I genuinely like him as a person, and even as an imam, I respect him.
But they had to share the details with him up front. Hey, this was the trip and tails. Maybe
he worded it. Maybe man's just slick. Yeah, that's why I told you. I told you, man's got away with his words. Yeah, he might. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He has a way.
Could have been like, hey, his spiritual journey.
He's a finesser, Mo. That dude's a finesser, and that's why I'm telling you.
I've been watch in the streets. I know a lot of finesse.
Yeah, bro. I tell you, I could spot it, bro. I told you this months ago. I was like, it's something about dude that's too clean, too squeaky. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, you gotta really watch out. And I know it's funny we left and we got back to it, but it's like it's very important what we're saying right now. You really gotta watch out for these dudes that talk a really tight game, because that means that there's no loose ends and something's very off. Something's very off.
They got something trying to hide. So when you're trying to hide something, you make sure all loose ends are covered.
Yeah, loose ends. You do your research. You know what I'm saying? And again, for him it sucks because it took for this situation for women to start outing this man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, go ahead and try and, be sleazy on the side. Somebody's going to out you, bro. Yeah. These text messages, you can't erase them joints. Once you send it, Shorty got it. Yeah, Shorty got it. That's why you can't be sending no pictures, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Sisters too. Everybody getting mad about getting outed, but guess what? Like, y'all giving people the ammo. Mm-hmm. Again, this isn't no like Gossip Girl podcast. This ain't what it's about. But it's like, yo, teach y'all a lesson. Like, son, like, one, stop being so trusting of these people who have these big platforms. Like, yo, if they
trust in Allah.
Yeah, put your trust in Allah. But you know, even just just like a real world scenario, it's like, yo, if it seems like someone is too pressed, too, fixed and tight, it's an issue. If they show no flaws, like, dog, I put it this way, if you never see somebody that doesn't have a bad haircut, you can't trust them. Don't trust them, bro.
If you look at me, I'm looking rough.
Yeah, so I trust you with my life.
Call me Scruffy McGruff right now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so for a rule of thumb, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the edge up.
Yeah. How's
that joint? It's always fresh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not for real, but not for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can't trust it. So yeah, you met Suhaib Webb, Khalid Bedoun, and Sajjad. I don't know his last name. No. But it's like, those are the three individuals involved, and out of the three, two of them were severely clout chasing.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that Imam Suhaib gave the apology that he did, because like it would have really hurt if
this community needed that, bro.
Yeah, exactly. We needed to have someone out of that situation be sincere. Khalid Bedoun went and deleted his Twitter. Like, he took the words I won't use on his podcast. He took the itchy way out.
The easy way out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the easy way.
He was itching on his way out.
Yeah. They know what I'm trying to say. He took the easy way out. You feel me? Like, come on, dude. That wasn't necessary. Just be a man. And when you're wrong, admit you're wrong. And that's for all the young bucks out there. Yeah. You're going to be in situations where you're wrong.
You take it to the chin and keep
exactly.
moving.
Take it. Yeah, bro. My man said it the best. Take it on the chin.
And that's one thing they teach us in just the black community. You know what I mean? Just like, yo, you man up.
Be upfront about it.
Be upfront. You take it for you yourself, take it for your fam, and then you just keep moving, man.
Yeah, like, you're gonna take L's, man. But don't be a liar on top of all of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Take an L. Learn from your mistakes.
Take your loss like a man.
Oh.
So, damn, 50.
50.
50.
50. Dun, 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 5-0, alhamdulillah. May Allah bless us with 50 more, man. 50 great more episodes to help the Ummah.
We do. We're going to pop the podcast out in the club.
Yeah, that was horrible. I get money.
Hey, no, actually, we don't get any money off of this, unfortunately. Soon, maybe, hopefully, inshallah. It depends on what you guys want to do.
You're still bill paying.
Yo, maybe we should hop off. It's like 2:30.
I know, right? We're just going on.
All right, it's too late.
Let's wrap this thing up, man.
So, guys.
Anything else, bro?
We love all you guys. We appreciate every listen. For all of our new listeners, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to the fam, the Young Muslim family. Yes.
Yeah, you can find us on all of our social media, Instagram, Twitter, Young letter N Muslim, YUNGN. Why you humming? Come on, man. YUNGN MUS. Oh my, really? That's what
Young YOUNG.
Bro, I feel like
and the letter N Muslim. Young N Muslim, the letter N on Twitter and Instagram. Man, let me wrap this thing up, boy.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I feel like sit over there.
I feel like yeah.
Okay, and make sure you subscribe and give a listen on all your favorite podcast platforms: SoundCloud, Apple iTunes, Google Play, Apple Podcast.
Oh, we're so tired, guys. We're so exhausted. Castbox, or Castbox, we're on Stitcher Radio.
Yes,
and we just found out. Oh, we on Saturday, the past Saturday, we met somebody that was listening to us on another platform. We had met a dude that just.
What's it called, man?
What
was it called?
I think it was like podcast app or something like that. Yeah, he was like, I listened to you guys on this. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. I didn't even know we were on that. So that's really cool. So yeah, shoot some DMs, guys. Let us know what's up. Hopefully all you guys are doing well. Your families are doing well.
Right.
Health, wealth, love, and happiness, people. I mean.
Stop prepping for Ramadan.
Oh yeah, stop prepping. We've been
2
fasting
weeks,
here and
weeks.
there.
Alhamdulillah. Trying.
Yeah, trying our best. Other than that, I guess for the last for the last hour and 35 minutes, you have been listening to the Young and Muslim podcast. I'm Jibreel Salam.
I'm Mohamed Hassan.
And we greet you with the greens of peace.
As-Salaam
Alaikum.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Inshallah.